All right. So let's everyone sit down in a comfortable position when we're ready. Awesome. And just allowing yourself to kind of settle into your spot. Drawing the shoulders up towards your ears and back behind you. Just opening the chest. And then just allowing your head to settle above your shoulders. Closing your eyes. Just resting your hands anywhere that feels comfortable, either on your body or maybe out to the sides. Just taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out in a sigh. Just continuing with this breathing in and out in a sigh, just feeling all the weight out of your shoulders being released. Nice deep full breaths into your body and letting it all go on your exhale. Sorry, that's okay. And just starting to tune into what relaxation you would like for your day today. What relaxation would help you move into your evening with grace and softness. Just exploring that in your body. Just feeling what relaxation would feel like. If you're needing a little bit more inspiration, maybe thinking of an area in your life that you have experienced the type of relaxation you would like, and just calling it in, visualizing yourself when you're in that situation. And then letting go of the thought and just resting with that sensation of softness, perhaps of joy and peace. Noticing how you already feel different. And this is our theme for our practice today. It's about drawing on our inner resources of relaxation. Because for each of us, it's different. So throughout your practice today, really just calling upon those natural resources to soften yourself throughout. As you're ready, let's draw the hands to prayer position at the heart space, allowing the eyes to open, starting to draw the arms up towards the sky. And just reaching the arms up, curling through those fingers, starting to take them, lowering them out to the sides, rotating through the wrists, starting to move through the head and neck, just noticing what's there. Using your breath to inhale a little bit more space into any tension that you feel. Yeah, beautiful. And using your exhale to let it go. And if it's not ready to be let go in one breath, that's fine. It might take the whole practice. Relaxation needs to be practiced in our body. Just noticing the relationship between the arms, the head, the shoulders, the neck. Maybe thinking about or feeling into how you usually hold yourself and how you might be able to change that to incorporate more relaxation. Noticing the pace that you're moving. Is it slower? Is it faster? Relaxation for some could be riding a speedboat. you know? It doesn't mean that it has to be slow. Just enjoying the exploration, maybe noticing, oh, hang on, maybe there's something in the spine that I can feel now, or there's something in the chest I can feel now, or there's something in the hips, and just seeing if you can expand your movement to start to incorporate those areas of your body. Seeing if you can change where the breath is being breathed in and out of the body. And then as you're ready, just allowing those arms to rest once again, maybe on the legs or somewhere on the body. Just tucking the chin in towards the chest and just moving your head from side to side with the chin tucked in, stretching the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders. And then as you're ready, allowing your gaze to lift towards the horizon and then gently reaching the arms up. Starting to twist over towards your left, lowering your left thumb in towards the tailbone, back of right hand outside of left leg, pressing left leg and back of right hand into one another to twist through the belly, the ribs, the shoulders. And then maybe gazing out over your back shoulder, tucking the chin in, dropping the shoulders down. Breathing into the opening at the back of the right side through those ribs. And then from here, maybe turning the gaze towards your right knee and lowering your right shoulder towards the right knee, just as far as feels okay. If it's all right, maybe reaching the left arm up towards the sky and maybe reaching it out in front or a little over to that right side. Just stretching out, looking good. Breathing into the stretch. And then slowly drawing your left hand in, unwinding the arms all the way up. Starting to twist over towards the right. Back of left hand outside of right leg. Right thumb in towards the tailbone. Lengthening the spine up, pressing back of hand into the leg to twist through the belly. And the ribs and the shoulders, maybe turning the gaze beyond your right shoulder. Tuck the chin in a little. Just breathing into the top of the shoulders as they melt away from the ears. Like ice melting when it greets the sun. And then turning your gaze gently, gently towards that left knee. Maybe starting to lower the left shoulder towards the left knee. And then maybe reaching the right arm up and taking the right arm over, just as far as feels okay. Stretching through those fingers. Nice deep breaths, opening up through the side ribs, through the spine. Drawing your right arm in as you're ready, drawing both arms up, and then taking the hands back behind you. Uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, so you've got one in front of the other. Planting the hands behind the hips, fingers pointing towards the pelvis, bending into the elbows, pressing into the heels of the hands, opening the chest towards the sky. Breathing into that beautiful chest of yours. Maybe a little movement from side to side just to help those shoulders remember to draw back behind you instead of rolling forwards. Opening through the throat, encouraging more truthful communication about how you're feeling. And if it feels good, maybe rolling over onto the tops of the legs. And just lifting those hips. Only if it feels good. And then if the hips are lifted and the gaze is lifted, tucking the chin in, lowering the hips down, changing over the cross of the legs. Good. Just whatever's possible. Pressing into the heels of the hands, opening that chest again. Let it beam out forwards. Maybe opening the throat. Maybe rolling over onto the tops of the legs again, engaging the buttocks, lifting those hips. Finding a smile across the collarbones, through the heart, and across the lips. And then allowing the chin to tuck in, lowering the hips down if they're lifted, pressing into the heels of the hands, and holding yourself forward. Taking some nice deep breaths up and down your beautiful spine. If it's not quite working to be cross-legged, remember you can always come into child's pose. So you untuck the toes, hips back to the heel. Nice deep breath. It's exploring what's in your back body. Exploring what you need as you delve a little deeper. And for those who are cross-legged, when you're ready, perhaps also joining us in child's pose. And for those that have been in child's pose, you might choose to change the positioning a little bit. You can have the arms out wide. You can have the hands by the heels, palms face up. Wherever you are, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breaths. Feeling like you're emptying your thoughts out of your head, into your mat, into your practice. And as you're ready, slowly rising yourself up to kneeling. And then reaching the arms up. Interlacing the fingers, pressing the hands up, opening through your chest. And then sweeping the hands out to the sides. Chin tucks in, coming onto all fours. Toes are tucked, hands are under the shoulders. Inhale, opening through the front of the body. Exhale, curling through the spine like a cat, pressing into the hands, pressing into the knees. And then as you next inhale, opening the front body again, opening through the shoulders, drawing the hips back, drawing for it open. Exhale, curling through the spine, getting as much mobility as possible through your whole spinal column. Remembering that the head's connected, remembering that the hips, the shoulders, everything is connected. Keep moving with your breath. The exhale, rounding the spine. The inhale, opening the spine. Beautiful. As you're ready, you find your cat once again. And then drawing a little further forward. Bending your elbows, pressing into your hands, drawing your hips back towards your heels. So now we're drawing a bit of a circle. So we draw the heart forwards. We bend a little through those elbows, drawing the heart back towards the heels. And then drawing it forward. Just getting a little bit more mobility and strength through those arms. And then coming back to all fours, and we're going to change directions. So that means the hips come back first. Then we bend the elbows, the heart draws through. And then we draw the hips back. Just taking your time, going as far as feels okay for you. And then as you next have your shoulders over your wrists, squeezing the armpits towards each other and then lowering the chest down. Drawing the elbows in towards each other if you can. Just a few breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Release the legs out from underneath you, however is most comfortable for you. Good. From here, we're going to reach the arms out to the side. Draw our left hand in towards the elbow. And then press into our left palm to roll over onto our right side. And then maybe bend the left knee and point it up towards the sky. We'll feel a stretch through the front of the right shoulder and we'll feel an opening through the whole front body. Perfect. Gaze is in the direction of your left fingers. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drawing your belly back to the floor, reaching your left arm out to the side and drawing your right arm in under the elbow. Gazing towards the direction of the right side. Pressing into the right hand to roll over onto your left side, starting to feel that opening through the front of the left shoulder. And if you're comfortable here, maybe bending your right knee and opening through the hips as the knee points up towards the sky. Looking good. You can lower your foot down, Lynn. Yeah. 3, 2, and 1. Let's draw the belly back to the mat. Hands by the ribs. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lifting the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lifting the hips once again, but this time we'll draw the hips back to the heels and find our child's pose. Reaching the arms out in front, hips behind. Just taking a few moments here, feeling that stretching out. And then inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, walking the hands over towards the right side, hips over towards the left side, lowering the gaze between the arms. Breathing up and down that left side. 3. Deep breath. Inhale, back to center. Hips back to center. Exhale here, just soften everything. Call on that inner relaxation. Breathing in. Exhale, hands over to the left, hips over to the right. Breathing up and down that right side. And then inhaling back to center. Exhaling, starting to tuck our toes. So we'll find our first downward facing dog. Bent knees if you need to. Your arms are a little sore, just take the knees all the way down, and child's pose is where you want to be today. We're in our downward facing dog, pressing through the fingertips. They're spread nice and wide apart, pressing into the heels of the hands. Gaze is between the feet, the shins or the thighs. Feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width. And we feel like we're turning jam jar lids away from each other towards the outer edges of our mat to draw the armpits inwards towards each other. And now we've got the alignment. Let's just settle into the posture. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your hips. If you need to bend the knees because the hamstrings are tight, please do so. Just noticing if the knees are knocking in or knocking out. Just try and keep them in the same parallel direction as the toes. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. From here, let's walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale, hands to shin. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, curling up one vertebra at a time. Relaxing the shoulders back behind you and down. Drawing some slow circles with those shoulders, starting to bend through the knees a little more and the hips. Starting to incorporate the elbows, drawing them back, behind and down. Starting to maybe lengthen the arms as well, opening through the chest. Remembering the whole way through, we just do what feels right for the body. So if the shoulders are feeling it a little bit too much, don't take the arms as high. If the hips are a little sore, maybe don't bend down as far. Just allowing yourself to modify as feels right so you can stay with this relaxation state we're working through together in our own way. Beautiful. As the arms next come up, right arm draws back, slow back stroke. Left arm draws back. Feet are underneath the hips. Knees are soft, hips are soft. Slight bend in the knees, noticing how they move as the hips move, how they move as the shoulders move, how your gaze naturally can move as well with the arms. Everything interconnected. So if one part of the body is stressed, the rest of the body is also in a stress state. If one part of the body relaxes, the rest of the body can program towards that state. Nice. Okay. As you're ready, both arms drawing up towards the sky. Press the palms up, coming up on the toe. Good. Lowering the heels, taking the hands back behind us. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders back and down, opening through the chest. Hips draw a little further forward. And then as you're ready, hinging from the hips, let's fold ourselves forward. Arms can be along the spine, or if it feels okay, they might draw closer towards the head. Depending on how mobile the shoulders are, the chest is. Bending the knees if you want to just chill out a little more on the legs. Just taking a few more breaths here. And then as you're ready, drawing the arms back behind towards the spine, taking the hands out in front, walking the hands out. Finding all fours or a plank if that feels good. Squeezing the armpits in towards each other. If it's too much to have the knees lifted, just lower them, breathing in. Exhale, lowering down, squeezing the elbows in. All the way down to the floor. Tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, opening the chest. Nice. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting the hips. Taking the hips back. Tucking the toes. Downward facing dog. Pressing into the feet, pressing into hands. Remembering you can always have your knees on the floor in your child's pose. Whatever gives you more relaxation in this moment. All right, from here, inhaling, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. All the way to the outside. Yeah. So if you need to, we can come to kneeling. Step to the outside of the right. Hands on the inside. Yeah. Beautiful. So the back knee is down. From here, let's press into the left hand. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky, maybe a little bit further back behind. Maybe you bind by turning the palm, bending the elbow, back of hand comes to the body, and we open through the chest. Mindful of the gaze, maybe chin tucks in, maybe we're looking to the side of the room, or down towards our grounding left hand with a slight bend in that left elbow. Inhale to release that right arm up. Exhale, take the right hand down. A little bit of a balance now. Pressing into the right hand and right foot. Inhale, left arm up. Maybe a little further back. Maybe bind, opening through the left side of the chest. Pressing the right leg and the right arm in towards each other. 3, 2, and 1. Reaching that left arm all the way up, taking that left hand down. If possible, coming down onto the forearms. If possible, releasing the back leg out a little bit. This is going to open through the front of the left hip. So the main objective is just opening through the hips here. If we need to stay on the hands to be comfortable, that's where we stay. So as much as possible, we're trying to keep that right knee still working out a little bit, so it's stretching the groin. But if it's available, we can come down onto the forearms. Just doing what feels okay for our body. Relax the head and neck. Chin tucks in towards the collarbone. 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, coming back onto the hands, if you come down onto the forearms, taking your right hand to the outside of the right foot, lifting your left knee, step back into your plank, press back into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Two breaths. 1 breath. Inhale, planting the right foot, left leg lifts. Left knee bends, stepping left foot to the outside of the left hand. Right knee comes down. other leg this time then. So the hands are on the inside of the left leg. When you're ready, we're pressing into the right hand and the left arm's going to lift up towards the sky. If it's comfortable, opening a little bit more through the chest, maybe turning the palm and finding the vine. 3 breaths here. Then inhale to release the left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Drawing left arm and left leg into one another to give you the balance. Back toes are still tucked under, and then maybe right arm reaches up. Maybe we bind this side. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. Staying here if this is already an intense stretch for you. Otherwise, maybe forearms. Arms facing up always helps to broaden across the shoulders. And just noticing, was one side a little tighter than the other? Without having to have a story of that. See whether you can relax a little more into it. Movement is always welcome if you're just wanting to see what it's like to move the hips a little bit or the spine a little bit. Relaxing the head and neck. And then as you're ready, if you're on the forearms, let's plant the hands. Let's lift the right knee. Let's step back into our plank. Press back into our downward facing dog. You feel like working through a little bit of a flow. Let's inhale forwards into plank. Exhale if you need to, bend your knees. Let's lower down. Inhale, lifting the chest, then the hips as well. Then maybe the knees if that's available. If the knees are grounded, hips to heels first. Otherwise, rolling over the toes. Downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here or in your child's pose or wherever else you want to be. As you finish your 5th breath, if your knees are lifted, let's lower them down. Drawing the big toes together, knees out wide, pressing into the hands to draw the hips back. Then hands come behind the hips, like we did before, bending into the elbows, opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, staying here or engaging the buttocks and lifting the pelvis. Maybe opening the throat, breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips come down, chin draws in, drawing the knees together, hips to one side. Legs come out in front. Letting the buttocks out from behind you. Letting your toes flex towards you, noticing what that feels like as the kneecaps draw up. And then noticing what it feels like when you point through the toes and the toes draw towards your mat. Noticing what feels better, and you're going to pick one. And then as you're ready, inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, reach forwards out of the lower back. Inhale, drawing in. Reaching up, reaching forwards, releasing. 2 more with your own breath. Maybe even closing the eyes just to work with that inner sense. And then as you finish that second breath, just letting the arms fall wherever they do, palms face up. And just allowing the shoulders away from the ears. If they're really hunching, just draw the arms back a little. And then allow the chin to curl in. Allowing that stretch the whole back of your body. And if you're feeling pretty good here, and you want to take it a little deeper, maybe take both your hands over towards the left. Just notice what happens when you do that. Is it comfortable? Is it uncomfortable? And then working over towards the other side. This is just stretching the back of the hip, the lower back. Just noticing what it feels like on this other side. If it felt really good on the original or on this, you're just going to stay here for a few more breaths. Then inhaling back to center, drawing the spine up, drawing the soles of the feet together, inhaling up, opening through the hips. If you're wanting to stretch the lower back, the feet are further forwards. If you're wanting to stretch the groin, the feet are further in. If the feet are further in, maybe thumbs to the bottom of the ball of the big toe. Open your feet like a book. Lengthen through your spine. Drop the shoulders down and back. And let your heart lead you forwards. Maybe the elbows draw into the inner line of the leg. And you fold yourself down. If it is quite strong, you might just choose to work like we did earlier with this sense of rolling forwards and then drawing backward, like a cycle. This can be a really nice way to relax the body into a position gently. As you next breathe in, let's allow our spines to rise up. And then take your hands behind you and start to draw down. Releasing any hair ties if you need to. Just allowing your hands to gently rub over your pelvis, the hip joint, the inner legs, just to help you open up, giving your muscles a little reassurance that it's all going to be okay. Often there's a lot of protection that we want to do around this part of our body. Just giving ourselves the love and reassurance we need to open up and let those muscles, let all of those connections in our lower body be open. And then as you're ready, maybe resting your hands on your lower belly or one on the heart and one on the lower belly, and just breathing deeply into your core. And then as you're ready, drawing your right knee towards the chest and drawing your left heel along your mat up towards your right buttock. Exhaling, drawing your right knee a little closer in. Inhale, press away. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, press away. Exhale, drawing in. And inhale, press away. From here, as you're ready, let's allow our right knee to stake out to the side and draw the left knee arcing out and in. Shuffling your right heel up towards your left buttock. Exhale now, left knee draws in. Inhale, press away. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, press away, shoulders nice and soft. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, press away. And exhale, in. And inhale away. Arcing your right knee out to the side and then in towards the body so that both knees are now in towards the chest. Separating the knees, armpit width, extending the legs up towards the sky. Reach the arms out to the side and then bend the elbows to take hold of the outsides of your feet. Knees are bent and drawing inwards towards the armpits. The hands are trying to draw them there and the feet are pressing up into the hands to help open through the bottom of the pelvis. Maybe allowing a little exploration. What does it feel like to open the legs a little wider? What does it feel to bend the knees a little more? Just having a bit of a play because they're your hips and so they'll feel different. Maybe allowing a little rocking and rolling, a little extension, a little flexion, a little movement, whatever it is. Just having a bit of a play, like a happy baby. And as you're ready, releasing your feet to draw the legs up towards the sky and the arms up towards the sky. Just pointing, flexing through the toes, the fingers. And if it feels available to come into a shoulder stand, the hands are going to come down by the sides, nestled quite close to the sides, palms face down. If you have a cushion and you're just wanting to practice a little more gently today, you can pop the cushion underneath your pelvis, just so there's a little bit of elevation for the pelvis. Otherwise, if you're wanting to work your shoulder stand, legs come back behind us. We shuffle the shoulders towards each other, bend our elbows, hands come either side of the spine. We walk the heels of the hands closer towards the shoulder blades. And then when you've got pressure through your elbows, back of head and shoulders, you lift your legs up. Gaze is up towards the feet. And we point and flex, we rotate through those ankles, just like we were doing before. Nice deep breaths, maybe even closing the eyes. If you want to get creative, maybe letting the legs come into a split. Maybe taking them out wide. Just having a bit of a play. And then as you're ready, allowing the legs to come back together. Taking the feet back behind the head. As the feet draw towards the ground, maybe starting to lower the hands. But if they don't touch the ground, just keep the hands on the pelvis to slowly lower you down. Taking your time. As the legs come upright, letting the left leg lower all the way down to the floor and hugging the right knee into the chest. Extending, if it's comfortable, that left leg all the way out, and then taking your left hand to the outside of the right leg and guiding it over to the left. Letting your right arm reach out to the right side shoulder height, palm face down, looking towards the fingers. Stretching out through the lower back. Nice deep breaths. Just checking in and to see if there's anything else that you can soften here. And as you're ready, allowing your right leg to extend and drawing the left knee in towards the chest. And then taking your right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left arm comes out to the side, palm face down. Guide that left knee over to the right side now, just as far over as it's going to go. Soften that left shoulder down, maybe taking the gaze out over the left fingers. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. As you're ready, slowly guiding that left knee back to center, planting both feet in front of the buttocks. Nice and close towards the heels. And then pressing into the feet to lift the pelvis up. Palms out to the sides, arms a little away from the body, either keeping the hips here or as you exhale, lowering them down. Lifting and lowering just gently. Or keeping them lifted if that feels good. Taking 2 more breaths, whichever variation you're working with. And then allowing the pelvis to come down. Allowing your feet to work a little bit further out to the sides and out in front, and the knees knock in towards each other. And either leaving the palms where they are or just placing them somewhere in your body that needs to relax a little bit more today. It might be the stomach, it might be the head, if you've been overthinking. It might be the belly, if your digestion's been a little off, if you've been worrying a lot. It might be the heart if you've been feeling a bit more anxiety of late. Wherever your hands are, just let those shoulders still soften away from the ears. Let your chin tuck in a little to open through the back of the neck. Let your eyelids soften over your eyes and feel your eyeballs softening in the sockets. Tuning into your inner healer, allowing you to relax more deeply. And as you're ready, maybe allowing the legs all the way out in front if that feels good. Toes out to the sides, heels turn in, hands can stay where they are or move somewhere else or out to the sides. Just letting yourself flower open. Nothing left to hold back. Just let it all out and let it go. Maybe taking a few deep breaths just to help anything else move on that's ready to be released. And let your whole body grow heavy as it sinks into the earth. Let yourself be held by the earth beneath you. Let your heart be open to the cosmos above you. Allowing your awareness to draw down into your fingers and toes. Letting them curl and move. Your wrists, your ankles. Feeling them rotate and bend. Your elbows, your knees. Feeling them extend and flex. Taking your awareness to your shoulders and your hips, letting them cycle and move. Your spine, feeling it snake as perhaps you reach above the head and draw the legs out in front and you stretch through the right side and then the left side. And then maybe bend your knees and curl over onto your side with your bottom arm being a pillow for your head and your top hand resting in front of your heart. Breathing into your back body, where all our fears like to reside. Let them be held with love as you open up to your back body. And as you're ready, slowly rising up to find your seat, as we did at the start of the practice. Allowing the backs of the hands to rest on the legs and the palms to just open out. From here, drawing the index finger and the thumb to touch, and let the rest of the fingers extend out. Let your breath draw in and out of your body, especially into any pockets that still need to be discovered and heard. Let your face soften, your jaw soften, your shoulders soften. your organs, your inner story. Let your whole being be completely soft, present, and relaxed. Allowing your hearing to be wide open as you start to take in the sounds surrounding you. Drawing you into presence both with yourself and with your surroundings. Remembering that to cultivate a relaxed state, we also involve our surroundings. Always in relationship. And so when we are relaxed, we relax the space around us. When the space around us is relaxed, we relax within. In this beautiful dance of relationship. Let's draw our palms together in prayer position to close. Chanting one round of Om, joining me or just listening. Inhale if you're joining. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. We hail the true teacher that is our true self, our true nature. And in acknowledgement of our practice together and the light that resides within each and every one of us, let's bow our head towards our heart. Namaste. And just allowing yourself to settle. And as you feel yourself settled, maybe the senses can open a little more. There's a little more movement. There's a little more light as you open the eyes. There's a deeper inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Well done. Thank you. So hopefully we're all feeling more relaxed, more centered. And I invite you to remember this moment as part of your own relaxation journey. So remembering what this feels like, what environment you need to feel more present and relaxed. And then create that in your own space. So whatever you need, music or people or something.